Let's do it. We should be live. We should be good. We should be live. We're back. Okay, hold up 1 second. This live stream is being brought to you by BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150, 150% deposit match on your first deposit, 125% your next two deposits. That's YouTube150, man. Use that universal promo code. Let me send a couple things out real quick here. Let me get this rolling. Bam, there's that. And then we need... Where do I send the other one to? 1 second. Let me make sure I get the right links in here. Actually, I don't remember. Hopefully he hits me up because I don't remember. I might have to reach out to him. I don't remember where I'm supposed to send that, to be honest. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. We're live. Hey, how did I send that to him? Hold up. Okay, I don't know. We live. Dion, let me on your show so I can promote my hats, please. You got hats? Hold up. You got hats, Donkey Kong? Hey, send me some pictures, man. Send me some pictures. You know what? I was watching... Let me get this message out. I was watching someone else's show. Whose show was this? I was watching a Commander show. It's a wild story. For whatever reason, when the Commanders were really bad, I was like watching their shows just because. I don't know why. It kind of brought me back to like the feeling when we had Patricia a little bit. like going through that mindset. So I would like listen to their shows when they were struggling. Now they're good this year. So I was like, oh, let me see how they're doing. And, definitely in a better mood. But they had call-ins. And it was like, bro, we haven't done call-ins in so long. We got to do that again. And also, I tuned into TD's show with Richie, and they were doing some call-ins. I'm like, bro, we got to bring it back. Now, we're going to have it a little bit more dialed in, where it's like a time limit, right? That way it doesn't just roll on for 4 hours. But I'm definitely down with doing that. I think that'd be great for a post-game show. So I think that's something that we may be doing very soon. Let me send this link out real quick, and then we're going to get this thing rolling, man. Today, probably not going to be the longest show, maybe somewhere like an hour range. We're going to be talking about players to watch, as always. We got to talk about some of this trade buzz because it's popping right now. And also, we're going to do our pick-em for the week. Depending on if our guy hops in, if he does, we're going to do our pick-em for the week. Yeah. All right, let me send that out, and we'll do that at the end. That'll be the last segment we do is to pick him. Hopefully, as long as this thing goes correctly. And then we make it easy in here too. I just sent him a link. We've chatted a little bit this morning, but it's been kind of off with our communication, so we'll see if that happens. Dennis is in the building. What up, Dennis? Yeah, buddy. F the Booner Path hats, dude. It's gonna blow up. I'll give you 5% for helping me promote, bro. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong. Please send me an image on some social media so I can see what it looks like, and we will get you on. I don't know that we'll get you on this morning show just because of time reasons, but as soon as we start doing call-ins, which maybe even starting today, I'll get you on. Man. I got you. A close game here means both teams still have a chance to go far. Chad, do we think this is going to be a close? Okay, well, as soon as I say that, Jordy 33-10, we blowing them out. Do you think Lions make a trade? I do think the Lions make a trade. I think absolutely. I'm more confident Lions make a trade than they don't make a trade. I'd actually be pretty surprised if they didn't make some sort of trade. I think that's going to happen. And we're going to talk through that here in 1 second. But before we get to that, just to kind of lay out the latest news for today's game specifically, the Lions have signed Pat O'Connor from the practice squad to the active roster. Congratulations, Pat O'Connor. Hey, this dude was balling all preseason long. This guy got better and better every game. We know that he's got flexibility inside, outside. So I wonder a little bit about that because without Petco, the thought was the Lions would go interior defensive line, add some depth there. Instead, they elevated Shane Zylstra, so they didn't add a little bit more depth there. Of course, Wingo can step in. Levi can as well. Going back to the preseason, Pat O'Connor can play in the inside as well. I don't think he will as much. I think he's going to be more defensive end depth. But Pat O'Connor to the 53-man roster. Congratulations. Well-deserved, honestly, after the preseason. And yes, they elevate Shane Zylstra and Isaac Ukwu once again. And Isaac Ukwu was good last week. He wasn't elite, but he was good last week. So excited for Isaac Ukwu. Okay, let me get this correct. And then we're going to get into this. Now, before we get things started too far, we're going to go through some of these rumors, man. I saved the clips. I'm going to put them up on, not the clips. I saved the images of some of these things that have went down this morning. We actually got some news this morning, not in terms of a trade, but one of the players that were potentially on a trade market, no longer on a trade market. So we're going to go through that as well. Jake Bates' legacy moment at the end would be dope, though. That would be fire. Brody, I appreciate you, Brody. How you doing, man? Good to have you in here. I think we blow out the Vikings today. I'm with it, man. I'm absolutely with it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Please, let's do that. So let's start here first, though. We're going to go through a couple of these rumors, and then we'll jump into the BetUS thing, and then we'll hop back. But I want to make sure I hit the right one first here. Is this? Oh, that is hard to see. Okay, that's not ideal. That is not ideal. Yeah, okay, that's not ideal. Okay, I'm going to share this a little bit differently. You can't see that. That's not good. Anyways, I can talk about the news while I'm showing it on the screen. First off, Aiden Hutchinson. They basically put out there that it's a real possibility that if we were to get to the Super Bowl, Aiden Hutchinson actually would come back and play, so it's not just like a crazy dream. Like, it's possible. I'll share it like this. This should be easier to see. Maybe. My goodness. I don't even know. This should be easier, but maybe if I go. Okay. Hey, maybe if I do something like this, that's as far as I can zoom in for real. All right, this is better, though, because the other one, you couldn't see nothing. But as Adam Schefter put out there, as skeptical as some may be, sources believe Aiden Hutchinson will have a realistic chance to return for the Super Bowl if Detroit is able to advance that far. And then the other report was if the Lions made a championship run, which didn't put like Super Bowl on there, but we know there's like an extra week before the Super Bowl, so it would give them a little more time. Based on the 4 to 6 months thing, it'd be more Super Bowl. Hey, I think it's possible we make the Super Bowl. I think we will make the Super Bowl. And I got to tell you, I was talking to Banks, man. If the Lions make the Super Bowl and Aiden Hutchinson is able to come back, and that's the first game he comes back this season, the energy would be insane in that game, bro. That place would go crazy. Aiden Hutchinson coming back for the Super Bowl is amazing. I love that. I'm with it. And I don't doubt it. We got to do our part, and I think he'll do his part. I think he will. I don't doubt that at all. So that's the first one. Just thought I'd start with that. A little bit of uplifting news. My man says, I was wrong about Brian Robinson. Bro, Brian Thomas is cooking. Glad I picked him up on my fantasy team. He's not starting today, though. He's going crazy today. I messed that up. I got Amari Cooper back, so I went with a little bit that realm. Probably shouldn't have done that. Not this soon. We did our before the season predictions, and I had Hutchinson Defense Player of the Year. That one I think would have been right. I had Thomas for Offense Player of the Year, so I was good on a couple, or Offense Rookie of the Year. But then I also had Herbert as MVP, and that one looks like a disaster. So, a couple of them look good, couple of them look horrible. That's, I guess, is how it goes. Okay, this is the first rumor or trade buzz that we'll get to, and we're gonna jump into a couple of these. I also want to talk about the Max Crosby stuff that was going crazy last night, because I'm like, bro, what is going on with the Max Crosby? And after this came out. Okay, we're gonna get into that right after this. One player the Lions could be interested in, and this was this morning. One player Lions could be interested in to try to help replace Aiden Hutchinson this season is Browns 3-time Pro Bowl defensive end Za'Darius Smith. Per league sources, Smith has 63 career sacks, and Cleveland prefers not to trade him, but would be expected to listen. Interesting. Za'Darius Smith is the last guy I've only done a video on 2 players with trade targets, and both these guys are now coming up in rumors. And Za'Darius Smith, you guys know, for me, I'm on board with going against Za'Darius Smith this season. Has 10 pressures. I like him I like that he's well-rounded. I think he fits in also to a little bit more of the collapsing the pocket mentality from the Lions, a little bit more of the power pass rushers. I honestly, and Easy was the first guy to kind of make me think like this. All right, so credit to Easy for this. He was like, hey, I think we should make 2 trades. He wasn't counting that off the table. And if we, for whatever reason, wanted to trade for both Uche and Za'Darius, I would have no issue with that. They're 2 very different style types of players. They fit very different roles, but they could also potentially plug some holes on this team right now, and I think they could play alongside each other really well. I'm not going to take that off the table. I think it's possible, especially when you think about what it could cost trade-wise. It wouldn't cost that much. Probably both those guys going for day 3 picks, maybe day 3 pick swaps. I like that idea. The other thing I would touch on here is, and I didn't double check. I should have. Someone said they like the Za'Darius Smith contract. I do as well. That's a big reason why he was one of the guys that caught my eye. If we go to his contract, let me get the exact details. It's a little bit different because when we talk about Josh Uche, he's on the 1 year of he got a 1 year deal, so he's on a prove it deal, which I'm perfectly fine with. I don't have any issue with it, especially considering what we give up. It'd be just like Marcus Davenport. But with Za'Darius Smith, he'd have 2 years at a very cheap number, depending on how much we had to take on of that. Very cheap number for 2 seasons. So you would have that rolling into next year alongside Aiden Hutchinson. So I think the value would be really nice there. To know you'd have him for 2 seasons, potentially only for a day 3 pick, I'm on board with that. So Za'Darius Smith definitely seems like a real possibility at this point. The other one is, let me go to the other one. Did they give a timeline? I haven't heard it, not recently. I think going back to the beginning of the season, they were kind of just hoping for like the end of the year, but I don't have like an exact timeline. Maybe they did give a better timeline at the beginning of the season. I could double check on that, but I remember when he got hurt, it was more so of like, okay, we're not going to have him out for the season, right? Because of number reasons. So they ended up, I think they brought him through the 53-man roster cuts. Tell me if I'm wrong, Chad. I think they brought him through the 53-man roster cuts, and then placed him on IR because we knew that he was going to be down, but that kept him from being out like entirely. Like he actually can get back because they already used those 2 spots. I think that's what they did with him. So they left the door open. So I think the door is open for Kaminsky to return. I think if we got into the playoffs, he could definitely see the field at some point. But I think until the end of the season, I don't think there's going to be any like real possibility of him returning until then. That'd be my assumption. And then the other one we have is this one. Now, look, I've heard this a few times, and I posted this on X yesterday when I saw it. That Lions eyeing Josh Uche as potential trade target with Hutchinson out. This one was according to ESPN. Both of these guys, I'm on board with both of them. Like I said, I love Uche's contract in the sense that it's just another prove-it deal. Uche also, pass rush-wise, depending on who you're looking at, he's got 13 pressures this season. The efficiency, Uche would also, like I said, Uche would fit. He seems like a great fit. He plays the run at a very adequate level. Honestly, maybe even a little bit above average. He's not like a liability against the run. He's capable there. He's athletic enough to drop into coverage. He would fit into kind of that Barnes role. I don't think he's Derek Barnes, right? I don't think he plays the runs as well as Derek Barnes can. He doesn't have some of the attributes that Barnes does. That being said, though, he would fit into that kind of role. Now, the future of James Houston, that kind of thing, kind of be up in the air. But he would fit into that role a little bit better, and you could do that with a guy like Zadarius Smith. And I like the combination of that because Uche brings something that we just don't have really right now. I mean, it would be James Houston on the roster that kind of brings that. But without Aiden Hutchinson, who is a power rusher, but he's got a lot of finesse in his game. You get a lot of the finesse, agility, the spin move. We don't really have that anymore. Like Houston's the only guy that kind of brings that. He brings that with dip, but he didn't really show when he was out there. We don't really have that guy, right? So this would just bring kind of that back, that element of a pass rusher is just something different, but also stylistically speaking, he'd fit in size-wise closer to that Barnes role. So I think going for both wouldn't be a terrible idea. I love both of these options. I'm on board with both of these options. Before we continue too far into that, I want to quickly go to the inactives today. Let me make sure. Because someone said they were out, so I don't want to miss those. I also got to look on the Vikings side. I think we kind of know, like we got a lot of the big news for the Vikings in terms of who's going to be out in and out. I don't think there was really any surprises there. I'm pretty sure that the guys that are in or out are exactly what was expected, but these are the inactives. So Lauren Strickland, that'd be a healthy scratch. Isaiah Thomas. Oh, so Isaiah Thomas isn't going to play today. Isaiah Thomas, who they signed, not going to play today. Parker Hesse, Giovanni Manu, healthy scratch. Kevin Zeitler's out. That's the big one. He was questionable, didn't really practice, got hurt during the week, so that'll be KO'd. I assume KO'd will just step in at right guard. They could move it around. I assume he'll just step in at right guard. And then Isaiah Williams, healthy scratch. So, yeah, the only one there is, well, actually, I don't want to say the other one because Parker Hesse's also not up for this game, which makes me, I mean, if they need to play a fullback, they'll probably just put Brock Wright into that spot because usually that's what Hesse's for. But bringing up Zylstra, I don't know how much we'll even see Zylstra offensively, but I would keep an eye on that. We may see a lot less I formation today, and that would make some sense. I could see that being the case in this game, that they don't lean into that as much. That might be the case for this one. And if Zylstra does play a little bit on offense, I do like his pass catching ability a little more and his run after catch stuff, so he could be a better threat today potentially. We'll see if they use that at all, though. But just seeing that is a little bit like, hey, they probably won't use as much I form stuff. Outside of that, though, I don't think there's any other one here. You said Colby Source. Yeah, Colby Source would be up. So would James Houston then. James Houston would also be up for this game. He's not inactive. So maybe we do see a little bit of Houston. Look, this is really the last week, right? We haven't made a trade for Ukwu or Zadarius. So if Houston gets some stats like, bro, we need you to show up, right? Isaac Ukwu's up this week. He played well last week. He'll probably get a lot of snaps today. If James gets some looks, I need James to do some work, all right? And he knows that. He knows that. He's got to do some work today. And this is not a great matchup for that because this is a good offensive line. But, hey, that's what we need. We need you against a good offensive line and go make some plays. For some reason, Dan Campbell gets the ick. Oh. Anytime he's asked, the ick anytime he's asked about him. I don't know if it's a locker room thing or discipline issues. Not that good for Houston. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it is. I mean, James Houston, last time he was on the field, didn't do much, like at all. He didn't stand out at all. I think Houston has a very specific role. And we got to see the flash in the preseason. Like, okay, he can still pass rush. But last time he was out there, he didn't really do much. So, this is the opportunity, man. I mean, if he doesn't play this week, I would just assume that, we may not see him for the rest of the season. I don't know what his future is if he doesn't play this week. Like, I think this is massive for James Houston to find a way to get on the field this week, and if he does, to at least make a couple flash plays, because I don't know what his future looks like if he doesn't play today or if he doesn't show up today. And the Lions go out there and make a trade for a guy like Uche. I don't know that there's much of a future with James Houston. That'll be concerning. But yeah, it's an opportunity. I mean, it's. What is the other one? Is he hurt or a healthy scratch? Parker Hesse? I didn't hear anything about him hurt, but it definitely could be. If it's something that popped up, Saturday or Sunday, maybe he's sick. I'm sure Dan will tell us after the game. So maybe it is something like that. I mean, I didn't hear anything injury-wise during the week, unless I missed it, but I don't think there's anything during the week like that. So, okay, that's the Lions inactives. Let me see if the Vikings put their inactives out. And then we'll go back to the trade stuff. Let me see the Vikings. Hopefully the Vikings posted. Oh, they did. Okay, good. Good job, Vikings. See, the Cowboys didn't do this, man. The Cowboys were weird about this, bro. Okay, here we go, Vikings. We see you. Vikings inactives, Brett Rippon, Caleb Evans, Dwight McGlothern. That's a healthy scratch. Levi Drake Rodriguez, healthy scratch. Myles Gaskin, Blake Cashman's the big one. Also without Walter Rouse, who they continue to leave inactive. I'm pretty sure they've done this many times. Their backup tackle. So the only one here again is Blake Cashman. We kind of knew he was out. Also, TJ Hawkinson's out for this game as well. That's the other one. Jones being in is huge. Aaron Jones is in. Yeah, that's true. Aaron Jones would be in for this game. That is going to be massive. Aaron Jones is a dog. Aaron Jones is a straight dog. He's going to be a problem today. So Aaron Jones is in. Blake Cashman out. TJ Hawkinson out. TJ Hawkinson was not elevated. I don't think he was elevated off of IR this week. Glasgow might go to right guard. He might go to right. I mean, Caleb played both spots, though. We have seen Caleb play both spots, so I don't think it's necessary. I'm trying to think. I don't know. They could, because then they could have a little bit better of a mix between like athleticism and power. Like I feel like if you put KO at left guard next to Taylor Decker, you might get a little bit of a better mix versus putting Glasgow at left guard next to Decker. But either way, he could play both spots. So I don't know that guarantees that he moves. I don't know that. Yeah, Zeitler is out. Okay, yeah, we just looked at the Lions inactives. My bad. That's why. So these are the Vikings inactives again. The only one there. I mean, it's really just about who's healthy. But Aaron Jones is going to be in for this one. I'll throw the Lions inactives one more time on the screen for anybody that missed it. Right here. It'd be nice if they had like a little. Hey, Lions, going for it. Like, y'all could use like a little sidebar and put like who's in for the game. I'm not mad at that because I'd be forgetting. You know what I mean? I'd be forgetting who's in. So if they want to just do a little, something like that, just remind us. I'm not mad at it. But hey, no Carlton Davis. I just thought about that, seeing this comment. No Carlton Davis is going to play. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Brett, I saw your cop. Thank you. That was great timing. Carlton Davis is going to play, man. He says Rakestraw over Vildor. I like Rakestraw a lot. Y'all know I'm a Rakestraw guy. Vildor is probably next guy up just based on what we've seen. But that being said, man, hey, Carlton Davis going to play. Carlton Davis is about to, hey. Well, first off, that just has to happen because then my player prop would be just an L. All right, I would have already lost the $10 that I placed, bro. He ain't available. Teams winning their first 5 games of the season coming off a bye are 9-0. Ooh, man, and win by an average of 19 points. That's a deep stat right there, man. I don't like that you threw that in the chat. That makes me feel, you know what it does? They're due to lose. All right, that's what that does. Okay, so but I appreciate the stat. That was a good one. I've never seen that before. Okay, so there's the inactives. Let me move off of this. I want to go back real quick just to the some of the trade buzz. The Max Crosby thing popped up. If you're unaware, I want to showcase what that was. Because honestly, last night, bro, things were going crazy, like trade news wise. I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't know what the Max. I couldn't tell if people were making stuff up or if there was like legit buzz around Max Crosby. So there's this article. Let me zoom in on this one. Man, why does it keep opening like this? Let me just go like this. So there was this. It's not this article. It's the post, but this article has the post. So shout out to Detroit Lions on SI. Shout out to them for this. So they have the post here, and as you can see, this, my understanding. All right, I'm pretty trash at Instagram, but this is basically a repost on the story by Max Crosby of someone posting, and the person that posted this, the original. Okay, restart. The original post here is from a guy named something Richards. Wait, what's his name? Hold up, now I forgot his name. It's something Richards. That's not that important. But anyways, it's from a guy with 830 followers. He made this post. He was at the Eastern Michigan game. He put homecoming at the factory at Max Crosby Field. Time to go home and win a ring. And then he added Max Crosby. Then Max Crosby, I guess, reposted it as a story on Instagram. I think it was Instagram. He reposted this post that Max Crosby didn't make. He just reposted it. So that, I think, got buzz because it was like, oh, he acknowledged someone saying, like, come back home, right? Go back to Michigan and go win a ring. And obviously he's talking about the Lions in that spot because it doesn't make any other sense with Eastern Michigan. It doesn't make sense. He ain't going to come back to Eastern Michigan. So, okay, I get it. There's legitimate reason for some of the buzz. There's legitimate reason for some of the buzz. I understand where it's coming from. Now, there was also a side note to this that I had read, which said someone close to Max Crosby believes that there's some interest from Max Crosby to want to come home. They didn't say that he wants to. They just said it'd be mutual, that he'd be like, I guess, okay with coming back. Like, he'd be fine with that. Like, he'd be good with that. Now, there was some fake posts that were also put out there. There was one that said, like, Max Crosby, like, got fired up at his staff and he started throwing stuff and then he put on a Lions hat. And I was like, wait, is that legit? And that wasn't legit. That's... It was. From my understanding, that was not legit. That was a fake post. So there was a lot of that stuff going around. But this is legit. So that happened. That didn't happen. I saw that, bro. I thought that was real at first. Like, what are we talking about? But basically, mutual interest from Max Crosby's side. And we know that from the Raiders side, all we've heard is that, like, Raiders are like, bro, we're not trying to move this guy. And I still hear the other side where, like, reportedly Max Crosby still wants to be a staple of the Raiders, wants to be one of the guys that leads this team. So I don't think the Raiders want to move him. I don't know that Max Crosby has a pull either way. He seems like he's fine either way. Like, hey, if y'all want to trade me, cool, I'll go back to Detroit. That's kind of what it feels like. And then if it's, but he's not like pushing for that maybe, but he's like, oh, I'm good with that. You know, if there was a deal that went down and you guys said we're moving to Detroit, he'd be fine with it. He wouldn't be against it. But I don't think the Raiders want to move him. And I don't know how much interest the Lions actually have in Max Crosby. Like, unless there's something I missed, I haven't personally seen anything that's like legitimately said the Lions actually have interest in Max Crosby. I'm sure that they do to some extent just because he's Max Crosby. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I haven't like seen anything. I haven't even like seen a post where it's like the Lions are reaching. Like, I haven't seen anything like that. I would assume that there's probably some interest. Of course, there's a guy, you know, he catches your eye. I was watching him actually a little bit this morning. Max Crosby's a good player, man. He's good. He draws a lot of attention. He draws a lot of chips. He's super long. He can play both defensive end positions. I don't think he's a Hutchinson-level type of player. And it was weird. And I didn't go back and watch this game, so let me just lay that out there. I could be wrong on this. But I remember a couple weeks ago when watching the Raiders, the game after, I think it was the game after, like, the coach was like, oh, some people are making business. It didn't look like Crosby was rushing sometimes. It kind of looked like he was just standing. I was like, what is going on? But we know that that's not Crosby. That's not who he is. He's a good effort player. He plays with great pursuit. I don't think he's been elite this season. I think he's been good this season. He's been a fine pass rusher. He's a nice player. He's not Aiden Hutchinson, but he's a nice player. So let me also, before we get to that, KV Alto, I missed this, gifted 5 memberships. Hey, can we get some birthday cakes in the chat for KV Alto? My guy, Bray. Always showing love, man. I appreciate you. 5 memberships. Hey, we got a lot of people with memberships in the chat. Speaking of, Whiskey Neat just got hooked up. Hey, if you got hooked up and you know it by KV Alto, put it in the chat, man. Let him know. Let him know, man. That's fire. I appreciate you, KV Alto. Raiders said not interested in multiple first. Okay, I did see that one. And that's the thing. Like, we did hear these reports that the Lions, and I don't know if these are true or not, but like the Lions were like kind of against like risk mortgaging their future. And that could have different, what does that mean, mortgaging your future, right? Like, what does that mean? But we did see those things. So when I put those two together, I don't know that there's actually that much interest of something actually going down, but I think it's fun. We have these things happen all the time. First rounder. See, like, again, I don't think he would do something like this. That's where I'm at with it. There's a video of Crosby saying he wants to stay in Las Vegas. Okay, see, look at that. There's a video I did not see. Okay, Cody. Cody, you look sad in that picture, man. Cody, you good? Hey, but okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see that video. But if you got the video, man, send it to me. That makes it that I could see that being the case. Dion, what's up, Ed? I see you, Ed. How screwed are we without Zeitler? I think we'll be fine. To be honest. I mean, based on what? Well, here's the thing. There's a couple things. Number one, the Vikings' strength isn't their interior pass rush. Their interior is better at stopping the run, so that'll be the challenge for him. But depending on how we do it schematically, like Harrison Phillips is one of their better players. Pass rush, he was great last time he had to step in. He was great in pass protection. So I'm not super concerned about that loss, to be honest. It's just kind of the team that we're playing. The biggest issue for him will be picking up all these blitzes. That'll probably be the biggest problem. If we're constantly in 3rd and long and they're bringing 6 all the time like they do and he doesn't know where to go, that would be the biggest problem. That's where Zeitler can help you. But I don't think it'll be a super big issue because I think we're going to do a good job at minimizing all that stuff. Okay, so that's that. Let's move over here. And then here's what we're going to do because my man's already in the building. I see you. Josh is in the building. How you do? Oh, I got to get my headphones hooked up, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. I know you said closer to 12, but it's 11:50. We're ready to go. I'm excited. Happy to be back. Bengals are winning now.
Bengals are winning, man. I honestly didn't hear what you said there for a second because my thing cut off. So if you said something cool, please say it again.
I just said I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. Bengals are winning. You know, I had a lot more enthusiasm the first time, but now it's
now it's
fake.
weird. Man. Yeah. All right. Well, you can leave then. That's cool, man. Hey, I appreciate hey man, look, last time look, hey, let the people know what you do, man. Let them know about your channel.
Yeah, so hey, I'm Josh from No Butts About It. Last name is Butts, so that's where the name came from. But we do Bengals football, Colts football, Jets football, cover a whole bunch of teams, trying to make this a full-time thing. Dion has been so kind to give me a platform to kind of share my channel. So if you like Dion's content, we've got some similar stuff over there. So come check us out. We're very close. I haven't checked in a while. I think we're about 60 subscribers away from 500. So if some of y'all go over there and help us out, hoping to get there by the end of the month.
Maybe the end of today, chat. We can make that happen, okay? We have a good game today. Maybe we make that happen.
We talk good about the Lions. Dion knows. I like the Lions.
No, this is true. See, that's why, because otherwise, like, this wouldn't be a thing. We're gonna pick this up, man. I honestly, the tracking thing, I don't know where it is. All right, I was tracking. Maybe you have it. I don't know where it is from last week. Okay, so I'm gonna have to restart it this week. That's all good. It was preseason. We're gonna make our weekly picks. We're gonna roll through these picks using BetUS. So I'll get that on the screen here. Oh, this is the wrong thing. Hold up. We're gonna make our picks. We went against the spread, I think, last time, right?
Me, you, and there was another guy. We did against the spread, and that was a practice run because I'm pretty sure I did horrible, so that didn't count.
Okay. We're good on that.
That was practice. This is the first real one. We're gonna do better this time.
I'm with it. Okay, so yes, man. Shout out to BetUS, man. This is the sponsor of this segment, man. YouTube 150. That's the promo code. We're over here. Make an account. Sign up. We're gonna go through. We're gonna make these picks against spread. That was Everything King. I should have hit Everything King up for today's show. But anyways, we'll kind of fly through these. We'll make our picks for each game. Chat. Let us know each game. We'll start it off. I mean, we already are missing one, but it looks like the Jaguars are gonna win this game. Look, hey, bro, these teams are terrible, dude. Just a quick side note. I mean, I'm like, okay, Jaguars defense looked bad last week. I throw it up on ESPN, man, and it's 10-0 Patriots. I'm like, this is a disaster. Now they started to score a little bit, so the Jaguars came to life, I guess. But my goodness, this is a horrible football game.
I think Jags are gonna cover. That's my bet.
Hey, I don't know. Patriots are knocking on the door, though. You know, Patriots knocking on the door. They might go score a touchdown. Yeah, they're like the 3, so hold up. All right, we'll get into this. Game on. We're going to come back to the Max Crosby situation. We're going to roll through our picks here. All right, Seattle at Atlanta. We got Atlanta -3. I know where I'm at with this one. I'm pretty confident. I'll just stay right. I'm taking Seattle. I like Seattle straight up in this one. I don't even need the points in this one. I like Seattle to win it. Here's my issue. Falcons don't create pressure. I think this is the perfect matchup for Seattle to actually go put up points because their offensive line is awful. So I'm going to roll with Seattle. I'm worried about their defense, specifically stopping the run, but I'm going to roll with Seattle in this one. Where are you at with it?
I'm going Falcons. I think Seattle's defense is very beat up. I think Kirko Chains is going to come out today, maybe have another 400-yard game or something. And, you know, I know Justin Simmons is beat up for the Atlanta defense, but I really like Atlanta. I think they can get it done. I know 3 points is tiny, though, so it could be close.
It is. Hey, man, you know, I like the Falcons, man. It's weird, though, but I like the Falcons, but I always pick against the Falcons. So I really hurt myself with all these picks, man, because every week I go up there and I pick against the Falcons. But then I'm that same guy's like, I got them win the division. It's like, well, you got to pick them at some point. So they always do me dirty, man, because I never pick them for some reason.
They're going to win by 2. just to keep you
Oh man.
happy on
Okay.
both sides.
All right. I'll take that. Well, okay. Hey, I guess we're starting out a little bold here. Tristan got a membership, man. Yeah, shout out to KP Alto, man. He hooked you up with that. Chat, give us your picks down below as we're going through these, because next up we got Titans at Buffalo, 9.5. Again, forget this out. This is good because we're going against spread, so I'm definitely taking Titans here. I got Titans winning this one. This is my upset pick of the week. I think Titans win this. Hey, hey, I'm not even making this up. I think Titans win this. I like their defense this season. They really can't score when Mason Rudolph is playing, so maybe they just don't turn the ball over to it today. Maybe that's the difference, and it's enough. I think it's going to be low scoring. I'll take Titans in a low scoring game.
This is a hard one. This is a hard one, and it shouldn't be a hard one. If it was money line, I'd go Bills all the way. But with the spread, that 9.5, that's a lot of points. Mason Rudolph, I don't know what he's going to look like. And then I could see the Bills they got Amari Cooper now.
Yeah, they do.
You forget him?
They do. No, I got him on my fantasy team. As soon as I saw it, I signed that man. I got him back because I already had let him go. But that's another one of those things where it's like, I like the Bills. I really like what they're doing. And then the Amari Cooper move I thought was fire. I thought that was a great pickup. But at the same time, I'm also like, Titans got to win at some point. I'm going to roll with the Titans.
I'm going to go Titans plus 9.5. I think the spread helps them cover it. I think the Bills still win it, but I think the Titans get it.
Yeah. I think I talked you into that one. That's a win. Okay, we'll move over. We got the Bengals. We got hey, Easy's in the background. I'm gonna get Easy in here real quick. Let me if he wants to hop. Whoa, is he on the screen? Hold up 1 second.
I don't see
this
him.
Thing is. Yeah, see, they're doing me dirty. He's kind of on the screen, but okay, there we go. Easy's in the building. Easy, what's up, man?
Bonjour.
Oh man.
Finally, my buddy's here to help me out.
Yo, see, Easy, we're going through our picks against the spread, so you can jump in with us, man. Give us your takes on these picks if you want to, because right now we're on Bang. Oh, this is your game. Should we skip this, or do you want to do it right now?
He's muted. Oh, there he is.
My bad. My son was yelling.
Okay. Hey, do you want to do this pick now, Cincinnati at Cleveland? Because this is your game. So if you want to save it,
this pick right now. I'll do this pick right now. I'll do it later too, because my answer is going to be the same.
Okay, go ahead.
Cincinnati.
What's going to happen?
What we got? 5.5. Okay. Minus 5.5. Okay. Cincinnati Bengals, because I think that this game is going to be very similar to the Giants game that the Bengals had just last week. Very similar team, and they won by 10 points. So I think that 5.5 should be enough. Cleveland hasn't scored more than 20 this week. I think we're all good to go. Cincinnati 3-4. Take it.
Okay. The 5.5 is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie, man. Because I like the Bengals, but 5.5 is scary. Because the Browns they're awful, right? But they can kind of keep it close. That's the problem. They won't win. I don't trust them to win any games, but I think they can keep games close.
Well, I'll tell you what scared me at first was I thought that Deshaun might get benched and Jameis Winston would come in. But they just announced Jameis Winston's inactive and Dorian Thompson-Robinson is the backup. So
okay.
I ain't scared anymore. We good to go.
That's a smart little pickup there. Easy. What do you think, man? Bengals, Browns.
You can't pick the Browns in anything right now, man. It's bad. I don't think they scored over 20 points all year long. And honestly, the Bengals, I know they've lost a few, but they've been kind of close, I mean, Joe Burrow's looked great. I love to make this one sound a lot more interesting, but the Browns aren't losing. The Browns aren't winning. I apologize. I just can't see it. Okay. Maybe the defense, balls out. That's the only chance they got.
All right. Well, we got Houston Packers. This, for some reason, this is also at 1:00. All the good games are at 1:00 for some reason, but the Cowboys, I think, are at 4. So good for the NFL. Houston at Green Bay, though. We got Green Bay -3. I think Green Bay wins this game, but I don't like the 3 points, so I'm going to roll Houston. I think it's like a 1-point game. I think Green Bay wins, though. Either one of y'all could pick this one up if you got a take.
I'm thinking. You go.
Are we doing points? Or are we doing money line?
We're going points. We're not going money line.
Points?
We're going points. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take Houston. I'll take Houston points just because it's that close of a game. Like I could see Houston literally winning this game. So why not take them with the points? Give me the Houston with the points.
I like that.
I'll take Houston. I'll take Houston with the points too. Joe Mixon's playing. They're getting him back this week, I believe. So I'll take that.
It feels weird to not pick a team like that because Houston is so well rounded, man, and then getting points. Like, I'm with you. That's why I'm taking Houston. I do think Green Bay wins. I hope they don't win. But I just think it's a good matchup for him. Like I don't trust the Packers a lot. Easy, you know, I'm not a big Packers guy, but I think that they.
Hey, there. I hope they don't
look,
win.
man. I hope they don't. I really don't. But like, hey, I got to get picks right at some point. Easy, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna roll with them. Miami at Colts.
Make a good game.
Miami at Colts. I mean, I guess it's
No. I meant Green Bay. No. I meant Green Bay. Green Bay.
All right, let's just do the. Hey, Colts -3. Stop playing. The Dolphins are trash, dude. They're terrible. Now they beat the Patriots, but their only shot is to keep it like 17-14. Colts will put up 24 in this one. I'll take the Colts cover that one easy.
Yeah, I'm with you. AR's coming back too, so.
Oh boy, see that makes me more worried though.
That makes you more worried. I'm not on the Joe Flacco hype train. I think he was good for the Browns. I didn't like him with the Colts. Move on.
He's averaging like this is my buddy who sent this. It could be true or not. I have no clue. But he sent me a text. He said like in our group text, he's averaging like 300 and something yards since he's come back like last year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Flacco?
Yeah, it could be. It's my POS buddy though, so there's some context to that one in a group text. It could definitely not be true, but yeah, it's crazy.
20 yards against the Jags.
Was supposed to be like this offensive mastermind, and I had him up there with with Ben Johnson and stuff like that. But he might just be a one-trick pony. He can't make it work if you don't got Tua. It looks like.
Yeah. So Tua is that dude. That's what we found out. We underrated Tua.
Maybe I don't know.
Tua is better than Snoop Huntley and Skylar Thompson, if
sure
there was any doubt before.
We got AW in the building with the skull. Get out of here, man. All right. Hey, we haven't got to that game yet. Oh, no. It's right here. Okay. Lions-Vikings. All right, chat. You guys got to get engaged with this one. We got Lions-Vikings. Still Lions are underdogs, which to me is crazy. But as my man just said, every team that started – what was the stat you had there, Rogue? He said every team that started 5-0 coming off a bye is now 9-0 in the NFL, winning by an average of 19 points. So he had like a wild stat line, which I guess definitely support the Vikings at this one. Obviously, I'm taking the Lions. It's basically a pick. I don't think this is a 1-point game. I'll take the Lions, though. I mean, Josh, I feel like you're the only take we got to get here because being easier, both taking the Lions.
Who did you sign anyone to replace Aiden Hutchinson yet?
No.
That does concern me a little bit, but I think you guys can still win this. I think your offense can put up enough points that the Vikings will be chasing you, and it won't be as much of an issue. So I'll go Lions plus basically a money line pick at this point. So yeah, I'll go Lions.
Are you just being nice to us, or do you mean that?
No, I do mean that, and I think you guys have gotten very creative on offense. I loved. Was it last week you guys played the Cowboys with the O lineman getting involved? That was beautiful, especially with it being against the Cowboys. I thought that was hilarious. But I'll ride with the Lions. See, chat. I'm a friend to Detroit. Subscribe to my channel.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he
comes crazy.
That's crazy. No, I mean, all right. I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm going to be honest. All right, we'll move on for that. We got Philly Giants. Philly -3. This one feels weird too. What's up?
You're taking the Vikings, right, Dion?
No, man. Look, man, it's this thing. I think it's more likely. It's more likely that we win by 10 than we lose. That's how I would frame it. You know what I mean? Like that may not make any sense. I don't know. It sounded like it did. The thing that matters about this is what you said, and you said at the beginning. You kind of just sprinkled it in there. They don't play from behind ever. They're gonna play from behind today, and I just want to see what that's. And also, I'm gonna throw some shots because it's a pregame show. I don't think Sam Darnold's that dude. All right, I was watching today, or not today, the preview for this game, and him statistically, he's good. But then you start watching, and you're like, he don't look that good. He don't look as good as the stats say. Like, he don't look like Love. He don't look like Caleb Fields to me, man. He looks Caleb Fields. Oh my gosh, he doesn't look like the stats say. All right, man, that's a lot of craziness.
It's worst nightmare.
Caleb Fields is wild. Man, he's gonna throw some picks today, man.
I'm sorry. This is a distraction, a little bit of a detour, but you brought it up. Have you seen the thing that Costco's selling where they threw like the number 10 and Caleb Williams' head on top of Justin Fields' body?
Oh no!
They were selling like a Chicago Bears plate, and someone found the exact picture they took it from. So there's your Caleb Fields right there.
Caleb Fields.
That's awesome.
All right, Easy. What do we think, man? Philly. Well, I'll start to roll. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do for these last. We're on to the 4 o'clock window, right? We're gonna go, and we're gonna space them. So each person will have a pick for this next window. Let's do that. Easy. I'll start with you, unless Josh, you want to pick this one up. But Easy. Eagles, Giants. Eagles -3 on the road. I'll say this real quick though. They are getting like a lot. Like Sirianni's getting blasted a lot. I kind of love the fact that he's yelling at fans because because in a way it's like that's the Eagles, bro. That's Sirianni. If it's gonna work, it's got to be ugly like that. So I like the Eagles because of that reason. Easy. What do you think though?
I think the Giants are scrappy, man. Like I'm not necessarily counting them out. Like Brian Dabble, speaking of the Vikings, he went into U.S. Bank Stadium and got Daniel Jones paid. I think this might be. I don't know, man. I kind of like the +3. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I probably do an alternate on it if I'm being honest with you. I think Eagles win, but I mean for the Giants to cover or be in there, the Eagles have looked very, very sloppy, man, against every form of competition. They have not looked dominant, and it's crazy because they have a roster that should be that without question. Like they have so many good players. It kind of blows my mind, but I think the Giants can cover, honestly. And me personally, I'm gonna do an alternate. I'm gonna grab an alternate line. +4, +5, or something like that. But the Giants are pesky. Malik Neighbors is back. I don't mind it. I really don't.
That was a good breakdown, man. I like that. Okay, let's go. We got. Did I skip one? No, that was still the 1 o'clock game. My bad. Raiders, Rams. Josh, I'll give this to you. Rams -7 seems crazy with the way that they're playing, but Rams -7, sort of at home. They're kind of like halfway at home when they play at home. What do you think?
I'm taking Rams, even -7, because Las Vegas, Aiden O'Connell's nothing. Devontae Adams is gone. Alexander Madison, I don't trust him. Jacoby Myers is out. Trey Tucker is their wide receiver 1. Like, I don't care how beat up the Los Angeles Rams are. Trey Tucker might put up a goose egg as the wide receiver 1 in Las Vegas today. So I'm going Los Angeles 7. The score might be 7-0. And you know what? I'll still be okay.
Okay. All right. I'll take the next. Oh man, I got the trash game. I got Panthers Commanders. The 10 points makes this interesting though. I'm gonna take the Panthers +10 here. I like the Panthers scoring points. I mean, here's the thing, right? What?
I don't mind it.
Hey man, Panthers can put up points, bro. And I look at the Commanders. Here's the reality. Here's what I said on Bleacher Report. Y'all tell me if this sounds crazy. This wouldn't be the worst game to lose. I think if maybe you win very ugly. If you're Washington, because if this game is ugly and it's close and people are a little bit concerned, you have to go get a cornerback. If they blow this team out, they may not worry about it. And I think that's a problem. Washington's corners are not good. St. Juice is cornerback 1. Forbes can't even find the field. Go get a cornerback. They haven't made a move yet. They're good. They're going to make the playoffs, I think. But when they play these really good football teams, man, I don't think they're built defensively yet to get there. They just need a little bump in their back end. So maybe this is the game that kind of – because Carolina can put up points. Carolina can expose that issue a little bit. So I'm going to roll Carolina +10.
Bump in their back end. Nice use of words.
Bump in their back end. Yeah. Hey, we got Kansas City, San Fran. Ooh, Easy, you got a good one, man. This is about even here. What do you think?
That's going to be a banger. You had the fun little stat earlier about the 5-0 teams coming off the bye week and making it to 9-0 after that, you said?
Yep.
I think the 49ers are in a tough spot. They're a scrappy team, but Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes off a bye week. I don't know, man. I might have to go Chiefs here with the +1 right, easily.
Bro, and that's the thing. Like statistically speaking, I think San Fran does like pretty much everything better. Maybe not defense. Kansas City's been good on defense, but it's like I still got to take Kansas City. If you're making it, and if you're giving Kansas City points, bro, I got to take Kansas City. Let's go to the night game. Oh, this is a good one. Josh, this is good. This is a good game for you, man.
$1,783 in your account right now?
Easy. Don't worry about that, man.
You shouldn't be publicizing.
I can't get it off the screen, okay? I don't know what to do. It's stuck on the screen. I don't know what to do it.
Damn. Did you put that in there or you won that?
He just put his whole savings account in there before he came on to make himself look
That's
good.
where he cashes his checks.
Crazy. Hey, we hit on the last two prayer pop parlays. Easy. Last 2 weeks, we hit them both. We hit them both last 2 weeks.
Share that with me. Come on, hook your boy.
I'll send you this. Easy. Let me just tell you what my 3 are this week. Here's my parlay. It's at +2,500.
Okay.
I got Monty over 51.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
Easy money. J-Mo over 3.5 receptions. Easy money.
I like it.
Carlton Davis gets a pick.
Whoa.
Plus 2,500.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
I bet $10. I bet $10. I'm gonna win 250.
Yeah, I mean you're winning, so I can't say. Who am I to say no? Damn, son.
I bet on games. I'm
right
wrong.
there.
The player prop parlays, though, I've actually been pretty solid on. All right, Josh, this is a good game for you, man. You got Jets Steelers. Again, we're about even here. We got a lot of 1-point spreads this week. I'm excited for this one. For whatever reason, I'm excited for this. I want to see what the Jets look like, and I don't like what the Steelers are doing benching Fields. I don't like that, if that's what they're doing. But who do you got in this one?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm with DJ over here that I think your Washington take is horrible and that the Panthers are going to get destroyed. But my game, New York Jets just got Devontae Adams. They got Aaron Rodgers, and they still have Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's whole career, he has been double teamed, and he has still put up 1,000-yard seasons. Now they're going to be focusing on Devontae Adams. I think Garrett Wilson is going to have a great game. Devontae Adams is a stud that we know. And as you just said, the Pittsburgh Steelers are benching Justin Fields. They're benching their hot hand. So Russell Wilson doesn't impress me. This is another money line, basically. I'm taking the New York Jets to win this because I think Garrett Wilson's going to have a great game. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a great game. I don't know that the Steelers will be able to move the ball with Russell Wilson. We'll see what happens, but New York Jets all the way.
Easy, you got a quick take on this one? Do you have a side?
They still got good defense. The whole Justin Fields and Russell Wilson thing is really, really, really weird. You got to assume, though, I mean, Wilson showed them something in camp that they liked a lot more than what Fields has done. But Jets, they got a lot of momentum coming in with. They have to win, actually. I mean, they have like, for some reason, still Super Bowl expectations. They're what, 2-4? They went and traded for Devontae Adams. I mean, give me the Jets. I think that defense is too good for the poopy Steelers offense that we've been watching this entire season. But again, it was Justin Fields. It should be
to go a little deeper into this. Unless things have changed here in the last few minutes, the Steelers are on their third string center as well, with a non-mobile quarterback. And so that's not great. They've got some injuries on defense as well. Steelers, as you just said, the Jets, as you just said, have gone completely all in on giving Aaron Rodgers whatever he wants. So now Aaron Rodgers has to go out and win. He no longer has any excuses. They've said, we will move on from our head coach. We will go out and we will not only get Devontae Adams for you, we are going to pay Devontae Adams for you. He's officially out of excuses. If he can't put an offense together, then there's going to be a whole nother set of issues.
This is unfortunate for Rodgers, though, with that being said, because it's not like he's playing like a trash defense. He's got to go to Pittsburgh, bro. Pittsburgh will shut you down, man. They're going to make it look ugly, like even for good offenses. The thing is, though, like with this one, like Easy said about the Jets, because they need this. If the 49ers lose today and they're 3-4, like that's crazy. They're 3-4, man. I was thinking about that. I was talking to Banks about this. Well, hey, maybe. Dude, the NFC like completely runs to the NFC North. I'm just gonna say this as a side note. Because who's the best team in the NFC outside of the North at that point? Yeah, the Niners at 3-4. That's who everybody points to right now is the Niners. Then you're looking at the Commanders. Do people trust the Commanders at that level? Like, that's crazy, man. That could be the case.
But I don't trust them either.
The Falcons?
I watched Jaden Daniels throw on our defense wherever he wanted on primetime, so I have nothing to say.
That was crazy. The stupid double Monday night header is the dumbest thing ever. Whatever. But I just tuned in right before he hit that one corner of the end zone. I was like, damn. That was
I was like, we're gonna win, and then he hit that. I was like, no, we're not.
Yeah, that was crazy. Davis is out. I thought Davis was in.
All right. Well, let's hope that's not true. J Mommy, is this legit? Are you talking about Carlton? He wasn't on the inactives.
Hey, if Carlton Davis is out, your player props thing is gonna miss.
Carlton Davis is in. I don't know J Mommy.
Or void. Will they void it for you?
I don't think so, man. Honestly, I think I just get hoved. I'm gonna. I think they just take my money, bro. That's how they do it. Let me see though. Let me double check. Carlton Davis. I'm gonna look him up on X right now. Carlton Davis is playing, which is great. Okay, no, I think Carlton Davis is good. He's active. Yeah. All right. So you may have been talking about a different Davis. Baltimore, Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay in this one with the 3.5 points. I like Tampa Bay to win this football game. I may be going a little bit too far. I feel like I think Baltimore's the best team in the AFC. That being said, though, I like Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay just they put up so many points. I just feel like this game's going to be crazy back and forth. This is probably the game of the week, honestly, outside of our games. I'm taking Tampa Bay to win this one. What do you guys got? Who do you guys think wins this one? I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this.
You taking Tampa Bay to win?
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay wins.
Damn.
They might be the best team in the NFC outside of the North.
Falcons beat them. That was a good game, though.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy.
That was actually a really good game. I got to go Ravens, man. I think they can control the pace of the game. I don't know why I struggle on that word so hard. That was weird. But give me the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. When he needs something, he just pulls it out, and they perform. Tampa kind of struggled with New Orleans until late last week, and that was with Desmond Ridder.
Yeah,
there,
they
so
did.
Give me
They were in a
Baltimore
big
Ravens.
hole. They were in a big hole. I was like, what is happening, man? What do you think, Josh? Who you got?
Well, first of all, Tom, yes, I know our defense sucks. It has been a point of contention on my channel. Second of all, the Baltimore Ravens, I know this team very well, unfortunately. They find a way to win games. Like Easy said, they can control this game with Derrick Henry, with Lamar Jackson, and then if they need to, Justice Hill. So I think the Baltimore Ravens, they'll just take the ball out of Baker's hands and just run it the entire time if they need to. So I'm going Baltimore Ravens minus 3.5. Excuse me.
Got some playmakers on defense too, man. Kyle Hamilton, Humphreys, Marcus Williams. I mean, I like the kid Nate Wiggins too. I like him too.
Mm-hmm. See, I got logged out. That's the weird thing about that. It's all right. We have the last game anyway. I'm just gonna throw this on the screen.
Yeah, no, let me get that password right quick.
So, what was the last one? What is it? Cardinals. Oh, it's Cardinals Rams. It's Cardinals Rams. That's a 9:00 start though. That game's gonna go past midnight, which is wild. But I don't know. I would have thought it'd been earlier on Monday night, not later. Regardless, so they're going Cardinals Rams.
Too. Makes no sense.
Is that the one that's like the ESPN Plus exclusive?
Yeah, no one's watching that other than their fan bases or fantasy people.
Yeah, that's true. What do you guys think though on that one? I'm taking the Rams. That one, I don't even care what the spread is on that one. I got the Rams. Or yeah, it's the Chargers. I'm sorry, I'm saying the Rams. So I'm like, wait,
what are you talking about?
It's the Chargers. Okay,
I'm watching.
I made the game.
Your chat's trying to get me to trade Trey Hendrickson over here, and you're spreading misinformation.
You down to do that or what?
No, I'm not down to do that. I'm trying to get Max Crosby, even though I know he wants to stay with the Raiders. But you can't have Trey.
Well, if he's going,
our defensive line just figured out how to look like a football team. We're not trading away our best player. You guys calm down over there.
If you lose this week, though, can we talk then?
Nah.
Are you guys?
I've met Trey in person. He's a big dog, and I want that big dog on my football team.
I want him too, though. It's like let's work something out here.
Okay, give me Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then we'll discuss.
From a Bengals fan, though, do you let's say you lose, but I guess even if you don't lose, do you guys think their mentality is they're still in a position to go into Super Bowl this year? That's on the table? Are they playing for that this season? Do you guys feel like that's a realistic possibility?
I think it depends who you ask. Right now, if you ask me, I think if the Bengals offense that we've seen could combine with the Bengals defense we saw last week, then yes. But that was an outlier game. I think the Bengals, I think Zach Taylor needs to prove that he can win games, that he's willing to be aggressive, and I'm still waiting for them to blow out a team. This would be the game to do it, I think.
But if you lose, then what?
Well, if you lose, the Bengals don't do mid-season trades to begin with. They very rarely do. So that's all right. The front office just doesn't like that. So that's gonna hurt anyway. But I would say that obviously you're in a much deeper hole trying to get into the playoffs in the AFC North. If you lose this game, I think they'd have to almost win every single game from here on out to even think about the playoffs.
So they should trade.
No, we're not trading anyone.
Okay, but if you were the GM and you got smoked this week, would you trade him?
Would I trade Trey? No.
What would it take to trade him?
It would take.
They didn't re-sign him either. Did he want to get traded in the offseason?
So if we're going down this rabbit hole, so the extension thing, Trey couldn't get extended when that whole thing went down because we had extended him less than a year before. Veterans cannot get extended until a year after that contract. And so that's why if you went back into the interviews, Trey's like, yeah, there was a misunderstanding and like miscommunication behind the scenes, that type of thing. I think he fired his agent as well, which understandably. I think Trey should get extended. I think he's earned that. As far as what I would trade for him, I think it would be similar to Max Crosby because he's put up similar production. And he means that about the same to his defensive line as Max Crosby does. Probably what are they talking about? Like 2 first-round picks if it was going to happen?
No, there's no. I mean, dude, he's like 29 and he has way less tattoos. Not as cool.
I would consider trading Sam Hubbard though. I don't know that you guys would want Sam Hubbard. And I like Sam Hubbard, but I think if there's a Bengals defensive lineman you're going to talk about trading, it would be Sam Hubbard, not Trey Hendrickson.
We did see that name a little bit last time we were talking about trades. So
yeah,
what would we be getting in Sam Hubbard? Would we get a dog? Does that help us replace at all or no?
At all.
No, it doesn't help you replace it. He's definitely older. He's kind of regressed. He has his star moments, but he also has his mess ups too. So I don't know that you'd even want to trade for Sam Hubbard. We're trying to slowly cycle him out. But if you want a Bengals defensive end, Sam Hubbard would be the one you're getting. So
okay. Sounds like we're not making a trade. All right, hey man. The big I gotta get this back on the screen. Let me give a shout out to BetUS, man, for that segment. If you guys were tuned into that, we did our weekly picks. I did not keep the thing that we kept track of it last time with, but I'm pretty sure I won by like 4 games, so I just threw it away that we didn't have to talk about it. Hey Josh, man, I appreciate you joining. Hopefully we get you on again maybe next week. Maybe that's a possibility. Let the people know where they can find you. And let them know how close you are to a milestone, man, because they need to help you out.
Yeah, so you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts. No buts about it. Name's in the little tag right there. But YouTube, we are about 60 subscribers away from hitting 500. Huge milestone on YouTube. We talk good about the Lions as well. So I'd appreciate if a few of you guys could go over to No Buts About It. Hit that subscribe button, maybe watch a few videos, give your thoughts.
Hey,
but
we got a Peoples Jones video over there. Look, if a trade goes down this year, we might have to hop back on that channel and do something.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Trey Hendrickson in the Lions jersey.
We can do that too. I'm down with that.
I'm gonna have.
All right, I'll trade you Trey Hendrickson for Aiden Hutchinson.
No,
how's that?
That's insane.
I'm trying to work with
crazy.
you.
A second and a third.
A second, dude. There's a reason you ain't an NFL GM.
You wouldn't take a second and a third.
Because my criminal history. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But
all right, cool, man. Hey, I appreciate you joining, man. Thanks for coming on another week.
I appreciate you having me.
Today.
Thank you. Good luck to the Lions.
Thanks,
sweet, man.
Yeah, we need it, kind of.
This is a big one. All right,
I wanted Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay.
Oh no, I won't kick you out yet. What were you gonna say? You're gonna say.
I was gonna say I wanted Jahmyr Gibbs in that draft in the second round, and then you guys went and took him in the first. And then I was like, I want Sam Laporta. Maybe we can get Sam Laporta. Nope. So now I kind of got to root for the Lions.
Who'd you guys take? Was that Miles Murphy year?
Miles Murphy year, yeah. And then I was just super confused by our pick.
Yeah, how's he been?
He is coming off injury. He's looked a little bit better. He's who Sam Hubbard is getting phased out for right now.
Gotcha.
But it was just such a weird pick to make in the first round at the time. So I like him. His brother's cool on Twitter. So shout out Max Murphy.
Shout out.
All right, man. We'll see you next week, hopefully, man. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah.
All right. Easy. Good to have you here, man. Do you have any time, or you got to dip out? I'm gonna do my players to watch. And I'm gonna head off.
I gotta dip out. Unfortunately, I gotta head over to Hey Social for the watch party over there. But I just want to say real quick before I leave, thank you for having me on. Also, happy birthday, Herman Moore, over at LNU.
Shout out to H man. Shout out to H man, man. Happy birthday to H man. Easy, thank you for joining, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, send me some bets, man.
Hey, I laid it out. You could place that prop. You know what I mean? Place that prop, Easy. Let's hit it together.
What's the code? What's the promo code to use?
YouTube 150.
YouTube 150. All right.
Yes, sir.
All
right, man. Hey, see you, man. Chat, we're going to go to our players to watch, and then we're going to go to score prediction, and then we're going to kind of wrap this up, and then we'll get prepared for the game. We're going to go through this kind of quickly just because of time reasons. At the beginning of this, we went through some of the potential trade moves. You guys know I'm on with Uche and Za'Darius. I love both of those. We've already done videos on both those guys. If you want to check them out, 2 weeks ago, I had a video that was like the Lions' perfect trade target. That's about Josh Uche. And then last week, I did my Za'Darius Smith video. The Josh Uche one's kind of missed a little bit just because it doesn't have him in the title, but he's on the thumbnail, so you'll be able to find it that way. But let's go to our players to watch. According to me, I got 6 on both sides. We'll fly through this. First off, for the Lions side, I got Dave Montgomery. I think he's in line for a big game today, rushing the football. Then I'm going to go Jameson Williams. Obviously, I placed a prop bet on JMO. I think he could do some things after the catch. I'd love to get him off on some screens. Last time we saw Minnesota, it was St. Brown, it was Jefferson going at it. I think now with the expansion of Jameson within this offense, I could see him in the slot a little bit doing some work. Khalif Raymond, I think, just matches up well with this team. Screens, put him in the slot, utilize the speed. I'd like to see some jets and end-around looks. I think this is one of those games where Khalif, maybe not a big game, but could have 1 or 2 like big grabs, and he did that last time we played Minnesota. Defensively, I'm going to go with Lee McNeil. This is a team that I think run blocks really well, especially on the interior. So for me, with all the combo blocks, the double teams, McNeil's going to be stressed a ton in this game. Really, both of those guys to handle that and take that away. A team that's found a run game this season with Aaron Jones. Honestly, could put every linebacker on this list too, but also for pass rush, like Lee McNeil. He just got paid. Let's get some pass rush. Let's get after this team, and we need it. And I think on the interior, where they're probably their most weak one-on-one, they're really good at picking up pass pro. They're really good with their backs and tight ends and going heavy pass protection. So it's difficult off the edge, but I think in the interior is the one place where they could have some issues. So I like Lee McNeil. Carlton Davis versus Justin Jefferson. Obviously, that's the thing to watch. I'm fired up for that one, man. I think Carlton's going to have a big day. He's going to get attacked. He'll give us some receptions, but I think Carlton's going to make a big play in this one, and I like the way that he's been playing. He's coming off a strong week. And then Jack Campbell. As I said, I probably could put every linebacker on here, but this is, we need anybody can rack up tackles in this game is a must. Backside, cutback lanes, we need guys to just rack up tackles in this football game. Plus, they're so threatening underneath with their check downs and all of these shot plays they try to set up. That depth will be important. He's going to be in the mix a ton, pass game and run game. So I like Jack Campbell in this one and potentially a few blitzes with some simulated pressure. Over to the Vikings side, I'm going to go Harrison Phillips. I think he's always a key for us to try to find a run game. So I'm going to go Harrison Phillips, Andrew Van Ginkel, who someone called the Walmart version of Alex Anzalone. A little disrespectful, but Van Ginkel's a dog. He's perfect for this defense. I think I spelled his name wrong. I don't know. But he drops into coverage a ton, as we know. Ton on their zero coverage looks. He drops out often in those spots. He's good against screens. He flies around against the run, against your tight ends. So that in general, and by the way, like, one thing I didn't put on here, but I didn't know who to put, so I didn't do it, would between Oliver and Munt. Both those guys, we talked about in the preview, their run blocking is massive. So who's ever at defensive end today, Uku, those guys, they're going to have to handle that matchup. Can't get bullied by those guys because they've done that to a few teams. I'm going to go Josh Metellus, his flexibility. You could go Harrison Smith too, really both these guys. Metellus still plays a lot like a backer. He plays a lot in the box. So I think just because of his run game impact, he has to find his way onto this list because I'm sure we're going to go at him, especially if you run with lighter personnel. Josh Metellus is probably going to be thrown into that mix a lot, so we'll see how we handle that. They're very fast. They move well. Ivan Pace is another great name you can put on here because of how much he blitzes, but they scrape. They're slither. They have a lot of slither. They're really slippery at that second level, and Metellus gets in that mix. Plus, Metellus will see a lot of Laporta, and I like Laporta today. Jonathan Greenard, that is one of the biggest differences this year is they have a legitimate edge rusher versus last year, and he's one of those guys that can win one-on-one but also play well against the run, and for them, hopefully minimize some of those stretch outside run plays that we try to get to. Obviously, I got to put Aaron Jones on here. Him playing is massive. Aaron Jones is an absolute dog. He changes this run game, and if they find that, they're a different team. We haven't really seen them not be able to find that often this season. Aaron Jones has opened up. As soon as he's not in there, you see a different rushing attack, plus his pass game impact. Aaron Jones is a dog. The Lions try to lead in the man. They'll probably try to find matchups there, so Alex may see some of that matchup one-on-one. And then, of course, Justin Jefferson. It wouldn't be a list if Justin Jefferson wasn't on here because he is that dude. So those are my players to watch. Chat, it's time for score predictions. Throw your score predictions in the chat. My bad, chat. I was reading something. All right, throw your score predictions in the chat for this one. You guys know mine if you saw the preview. I'm going Lions 26-21 on the road here. I think the Vikings are going to get into the end zone when they have the opportunity to. I think they're just tough in those spots. I think my camera just died, so that's fantastic. But it's okay. We're on a good time here. I'm going to turn that off. I think the Vikings are going to score touchdowns when they get in the red zone. I think the Lions may have to settle for a few more field goals, but it's going to be crucial to play with the lead. I expect potentially a fake punt early in this game if we have to. So I'm going to go 26-21, man. Maybe I'm a little bit too low in the scoring. I can see it getting higher, but I think both teams may end up turning this ball over. It could be a little back and forth. I just want to play with the lead more often than not. So 26-21, I got the Lions. Everybody else seemingly is taking the Lions. 33-20. You got a 2017, 35-24. Okay, some 30s in there. A little bit lower here, 24-22, 25-22. Y'all are about on the same page, basketball guy. You about were the same. Lions, Vikings, 17-point game. We got 11 here. DC needs to take points in this game. I completely agree, Ed. I completely agree with this point, and I think that he will. That's why I'm at 26. Ed, you're thinking just like me, man. So those are your score predictions. Appreciate y'all joining, man. We're going to move over. We're going to be live about 1 p.m. Eastern for this game's kickoff over here. Check us out for the live stream, man. I appreciate y'all joining. My camera just died. So it's a good time, but it just died. And I will see you guys at the live stream. Shout out to BetUS, man. Let's give one more shout out before we get out of here to BetUS. We did our pick'em, with BetUS, but I want to give one more shout out before we get out of here to BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150 to get a 150% deposit match on your first deposit. Over here, you could see live betting sportsbook. Sportsbook, something to keep an eye on for sure, because, with the sportsbook, you can create an account and get the odds to change as the game goes on. That's always a lot of fun to kind of follow along with. Of course, that's where you can also get your player prop bets, which obviously we do each week. So if you guys want to do this with me, it's easier on the phone, I find, to find the prop bets. So do it that way. Alternative lines, as Easy was talking about, is also one option. Obviously, you have all these sports, plus politics is now there. You could still bet on NFL futures, like Super Bowl winners, that kind of thing. And of course, we have all of our odds set out before these games kick off. That, like I said, if you make an account, you can see the odds change as the game goes on. If not, you can only bet on then future games. So make an account, man. Just check it out, see what it looks like. You can see they have a ton of promotions and different options here. Also have great customer service 24/7. If you ever need any help, they'll reach out to you. They'll call you. They'll make sure that you get it figured out. So shout out to BetUS, man. Appreciate y'all joining, and I will see you guys during the game. We out.